So in this video I'm going to show you 2 essential self-defense guards, how to use them and when to use them. Stay tuned. So the first guard we're going to cover is the essential fence guard. So our hands are up, they're positioned far away from our body. It gives us the reaction time. So if they were to throw a punch, we've got a little bit more time to react, block it, counter-attack. Not only that, is it looks like you're trying to talk them down as well. So passers-by, CCTV, it looks really good on your behalf that you're trying to be a little bit passive with them, talk them down. And as I say, if you're here, it's quick to strike the eyes, throat, we've got nose, and then we can stuff their eyesight, come in, start smashing through then and start annihilating. So it's really good. Not only that, if we've got our fence up and they start advancing, we can feel that initial contact on the front hand, which means we can launch in. You don't really have to be looking at them either. We know when they're coming in because we can feel it on this front hand. We know where they are. We don't have to be staring at them constantly. We've got that connection. So that's the fence. It's really good. So as I say, arms are out extended. It means if a shot comes in, I can block up, I can launch in, I can go in for a clinch and throw knees, elbows, hammer fists, palm heels, whatever I want from here. If it's multiple people and I need to get out of the situation from here, I can launch through a shoulder. So it's really good, really effective. And from this point of view, there's minimal gap in between, and if a punch does go down there, you parry it to the side. If a shot comes in and around, you can block up simultaneous strikes. From here you can preemptive strike. It's a really good guard. And as I say, if we're in a boxing guard, this looks aggressive. If we were to preemptive strike out of this, it looks like we're boxing our opponent. It doesn't look good. So as I say, if a passerby gives a witness statement to the police, then we're going to look like the aggressor. Whereas if we're here and we do some quick preemptive strikes from this position, if a passerby then gives a witness statement, it looks like we were trying to talk ourselves out of the situation, trying to de-escalate it. They weren't having any of it, so we preemptive strikes. So it looks good. CCTV, witness statements, everything like that. Not only that, if we're in a boxing guard, it A, gives away our intention, shows what we're going to do, and B, not only that, can spur them on a little bit more as well, so they can become a lot more unpredictable. Whereas if we're in this guard, they may think they've got the advantage, so psychologically they're not expecting an attack to come, so if you then preempt off of this fence guard, it's really effective tool to break through. Now our second guard that I'm going to talk about is the bouncer guard. We're going to have one arm across our body and the other hand here, so I can be talking someone down at this point. It's quite a relaxed talking position. It's non-threatening, but it's very useful. So the top hand here can block in shots coming through. We can parry, we can block haymakers. The lower one can block lower line attacks, knives or kicks. But not only that, from here we can preemptive strike again. So from here I can hammer fist down onto the nose, I can palm heel, I can strike the throat. My lower line can attack down into the groin, solar plexus or throat. So it's very effective. And not only that, if I'm talking to them and I'm moving my front hand and I'm getting their eye attention at my front, and then the low line attack comes straight up into the neck or into the nose, they're not going to see it because I'm distracting them with the front hand. So it's here. As I say, it's a good one if we're looking at locking up, if we're a doorman, because we can underhook arms, we can come in, we can grab, we can restrain. As I say, the top hand's there to block preemptive strike, but also to talk your way out of it. Again, you've got to think about passers-bys and CCTVs. This looks quite good. It looks like you're in control of the situation. It looks like you're trying to talk them out of it, and you're not being aggressive. For this stance, I prefer to be a little bit more shoulder onto him, for the pure fact that it means that I can get everything I want out of it. Whereas if I was more side on, I'm not paying attention to him. So my body's facing this way, and so you know I'm losing a lot of my weapons. I'm losing a lot of my blocks. It's going to be harder for me to block stuff. Whereas if I'm a little bit more front onto him, then I've still got everything here and I can block up, and it looks nice and neat. So there's two different guards that you can utilise in self-defence. Both have their benefits, and you would use one over the other depending on the situation. For the majority of people that are just going out there learning self-defence, defence guard is going to be your option. For more security personnel, police officers and bouncers alike, you're looking at more the adopted position here. As I say, it looks more authority. As I say, you can gain a lot of control from it. You don't have to strike the opponent as well if it is security related. As I say, the lower arm can underhook. It's a good way of distracting them up top while you're underhook on arm. Not only that, you can shoot this one through and underhook. I'll show you some lock-ups, some security lock-ups when we do some filming with another actual opponent as well. It's quite hard to bob as he's got no arms. So, as I say, two guards depending on the situation, but it's also good to practice both. So you have both in your arsenal, they're both effective. As I say, don't use a boxer's guard, it doesn't work in the street and it doesn't look good. Stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe, and you'll get notifications of when releasing new videos. And pretty soon we'll be doing a lot more techniques as well. So partner drills, I'll show you destruction drills, defense against punches, grabs, everything. Stay tuned.